Ever since I started watching Overlord, I've noticed each season has kind of been like ramping up and up in terms of just action and Ainz showing off more of his power. I really thought season 3 was Ainz flexing hard, but season 4, man, woo! I do want to say though, before I get into this video, that if you haven't seen season 4, this video will have spoilers, so yeah, just beware. The first thing I really want to talk about, because in my last video about Overlord, I kept mentioning this character, Brain Unglaus. Now, Brain, when we first saw him, he was a character who was very conceited and arrogant about his strength and what he was capable of. I mean, we see that with him and Chaltier, and then he immediately gets like broken, I guess is the best way to put it. All his confidence in himself, it just gets shattered with his fight with Chaltier. Then we kind of see him a little bit more throughout the seasons, and we see him meet with Climb and Sebas. Really, in that meeting, we see Brain regain something in himself, you know, that goes on to the events of this season. Brain versus Kokaitis. That fight, it truly got me so hype for Brain. His character, he lost one strength and yet he gained another. He lost his arrogance and he gained courage to take on very strong enemies, very strong warriors, even if it might cost him his life. Brain's conclusion, it kind of just shows what it means to be like a warrior, I guess. Even if you know things are going to end a certain way, you still could at least try and snatch victory. Brain, he pretty much knew what was going to happen. He saw the fight between Ainz and Gazef. He could have ran away, but he chose to fight Kokaitis to try and protect the kingdom. And I saw another person talk about this, about how after the fight, Kokaitis, he chose to walk around Brain. Brain did manage to protect at least a small part of the kingdom. And I just thought that was such a great conclusion to Brain. You know, Kokaitis, he froze Brain maybe to like honor him a little bit. Kokaitis might have froze Brain to preserve his body and so he will be able to get revived easier. And then possibly join Nazarek. I think that would be so interesting. He's definitely my favorite character coming out of Overlord. In the world of Overlord, everyone is so OP. At least the people of Nazarek and the Floor Guardians and Ainz. Brain really showed that you could still strive for success even if you know that failure is almost guaranteed. So yeah, definitely my favorite character. Honestly, I could probably do like a whole video on Brain alone, you know, go on and on, but I'm getting into season 4, more of Ainz and the bigger picture besides just Brain. I really think season 4 can be split into like 2 parts. Really, I think the major events of the first half of Overlord season 4 is Ainz finding the Dwarf Kingdom and, you know, helping them out, defeating the mole people. I don't know how to pronounce the tribe name. Yeah, Ainz, he defeats the Quagoa and also puts the ice dragons under his submission. It makes the dwarf people his allies. So pretty big events, but also something that happens a little bit earlier on. Everything with the Baharuth Empire and the Slain Theocracy. Jerknev was trying to, you know, like come up with plans to go against Ainz. It was just so funny to see because Jerknev, he was trying to, you know, play 40 chess in his head against Ainz, and Ainz ends up checkmating him without even playing the game, so that just made him look so stupid. But after all that, we see some stuff with Ainz sending some food or some supplies over towards the Holy Kingdom because they're running out of food and in trouble. But Ainz's supply stuff that he was sending over gets attacked by the Riestes Kingdom, and that really just kicks off the events of the second half, which is the destruction of the Riestes Kingdom. And Ainz, he flexes so hard. We see the Riestes Kingdom after realizing what had happened to Ainz and the supplies and stuff. We see the king try to surrender. Everyone in the Riestes Kingdom tries to surrender like a few times actually, and Ainz, he ain't having it. Ainz versus Riku Agonia. Finally, we are seeing someone that could kinda go up against Ainz, and I mean, not really, but kind of. We see 2 puppets fighting. First off, Pandora's actor, disguising himself as Ainz to collect information. But yeah, we also run into Riku Agania, and Riku, he is also a puppet of like this dragon. I was kind of like wondering if I'm just stupid or if the dragon that is behind Riku Agania is actually a player, and I should probably stop referring to the dragon as just the dragon. The Platinum Dragon Lord, PDL. He did think Albedo is actually a player and Ainz is an NPC. So, him using that terminology, I was just thinking, has Ainz finally come across a player? Even if PDL isn't an actual player or anything, still, we're finally seeing someone that could kind of, even a little bit, go up against Ainz. So yeah, we're finally seeing the stakes being raised. But Ainz continues his massacre of Riestes. And in the last episode, we see Climb and Princess Rainier. Climb versus Ainz, that pretty much ends how we all thought it would end. Ainz just completely claps Climb, and we don't really get a happy ending, at least for the heroes. Usually, in a case of something like Climb going up against the evil demon lord, he's supposed to surpass his limits and go above and beyond, finally take down the bad guy once and for all, but that doesn't happen in this season. We've seen time and time again that Overlord, it really isn't that kind of story. It's all about Ainz trying to do things for his own agenda, and he'll do whatever he wants, really. But near the end of the last episode, we see the stuff between Princess Rainier and Climb, and Rainier, she's become a demon working under Ainz, and it gets revealed that Rainier helped plan the destruction of the Riestes kingdom, all in exchange for, immortality, or to live with Climb forever, be with them forever. And so then Princess Rainier, she offers to turn Climb into a demon, obviously with the help of Nazareth and stuff. Yeah, Climb, he accepts. That's really the conclusion to season 4. Overall, I think the season was a good season. We saw a lot of things going down between the dwarves, the Baharuth Empire, Ainz facing a player or someone that could be related to a player, Riestes Kingdom, the fight between Cocytus and Brain, and the fight between Climb and Ainz at the end. So yeah, a lot of stuff happened. And also Rainier finally being shown to what she really is, a demon. The weirdest thing for me is that I found myself kind of frustrated with everything that happened, and not a bad frustration, a good frustration, like Overlord doing what it's supposed to do, showing that Ainz is a villain in this world. It's kind of sad because we've seen the Riestes Kingdom, we've seen Brain and Climb get built up over a few seasons, all in a few episodes, everything just gets destroyed. So yeah, that really just left me frustrated, and also seeing Princess Rainier and Climb following her into darkness. I think if there is a season 5, that should be addressed a bit more. It's kind of sad to see the way things ended. Really, the only thing I found annoying or kind of like a flaw, not in terms of like a plot hole or anything like that, but just seeing Ainz, I guess in a way, he's being pushed around by the people he's supposed to be ruling over. I kind of find it sad that he kind of gets pushed around by the Four Guardians, or like coerced into destroying the kingdom of Riestes. I really want to see Ainz throw away that like false sense of leadership he has, or he's trying to keep up his image and he's scared of the Floor Guardians finding out that he really isn't as smart as they think he is. I want the Floor Guardians to see Ainz's true self. And I want to see that Ainz take charge of everything and go on to, be more of himself and be a leader, I guess. I mean, he already is a leader. I don't know. I find it a little bit annoying that everything is pretty much left up to Albedo and Demiurge. Ainz has to figure out what they're thinking in order to try and keep up his image and stuff. I wonder if Ainz's true self will ever get revealed to them, or if he'll always just keep up the image of him being a great leader. I also want to mention one more thing before I start wrapping things up. When Pandora's actor was reporting back to Ainz about PDL, or about Riku Agania and his fight with him, Ainz was thinking to himself, he said something that really stood out to me, or thought something that really just stood out to me. He was talking about the 13 heroes. I'm pretty sure that's what he was talking about the 13 heroes and some people he might think that were players that came to the new world he's in, and how they aren't around anymore. So he was thinking about that, thinking to himself that if they aren't around anymore, then that means that they can't revive themselves. If Ainz dies, like in a battle with a player or something, then he won't be able to revive himself. And he says something about how he might have to actually sacrifice some of the floor guardians, mainly because he'll still be able to revive him. Yeah, I'm really interested if in season 5 we're gonna see some stuff with that, like Ainz has to sacrifice Albedo or Demiurge or Crocytus or the twins or something. But obviously that means that we actually might start to run into some players in season 5, if we get a season 5, because that might not be guaranteed. I honestly think we will. And the Slain Theocracy, I also realized that the Slain Theocracy has just been on the down low this whole season. There hasn't been like much movement we've seen with them, and I'm pretty sure there's like some characters in there in the Slain Theocracy that might stand a chance of doing a little bit of damage against Nazarek and the Floor Guardians. So we're finally seeing some real contenders after all the stuff with Rias D's in season 4. I really hope we see some actual challengers and hopefully some players actually, because the last thing standing in Ainz's way of world domination is just running into some players that will try and take him out and go against him. So that's probably the last thing we'll see from Overlord, I feel like. I might actually start reading the light novel of Overlord. I'm not too sure. This might even be like one of my last Overlord videos until season 5 comes out. I really have my fingers crossed that there will be a season 5. I think there will, but you never really know with anime. But other than that, Overlord, a great season. Thanks for watching, and peace.